All right. This is another testimony. I'm gonna continuously make those videos. The reason why I'm making this video is I understand that this people, this program, has been applying this systematic ways of breaking people down physically and mentally, and things are just not unique to people in regard of the tactics. Uh, you know, when I see these people, and I'm not even trying to insult them, but it is pathetic what they do, and I'm not even saying it to to make them like I'm not even trying to make them feel bad. I don't care about that. It's just the more I talk about it, the more I see them for what they truly are. People who have just there's no self respect at this point. Now, there's things they do trying to make you f- be doubtful. You know, so for example, I'm gonna give you an example that is applied many ways, and it's gonna happen again. So I know that physically things are being done to me. I can see my body just breaking down. I'm looking at my elbows, my shoulders can easily pop. You hear this noise campaign. My knees are just not doing well. Even my feet, I kind of mess up. My hands like feel like it's detaching. Something's happening to it. You can feel that. So you obviously know that they're doing something. But they're going to try to do everything possible to make you subscribe that they are not doing anything to you. And especially when it comes to this peripheral type of tormenting, it's not them. You're just lying to yourself, right? Obviously, you know they're doing this. Obviously, you know it's them manipulating you, and you've been validated. And I've kept showing this validation because other has spoke about the same things I've spoken about, and I've made a few videos about it. Just listening to the testimonies in regard of the pedophilia type of torture, that the way they manipulate the thoughts, but they want you to be doubtful. And in this state of mob targeting, my brain is no longer mine to. I mean, it hasn't been mine for a long time, but now it's just even more and more. Uh, on the spectrum because they're controlling it and moving it on a spectrum that is just almost illogical. So this moment at the time when I can, have to really force my brain to be logical and be able to put things into it together, because they are truly trying to make you as idiotic as possible. I'm not. I'm more. There's a the earlier there was a moment where I was wearing a shoe and after taking off the shoe I felt like my foot was not doing well, and the reason why and I thought, okay, are they doing this to me? Are they fragilizing my foot even more or something like that? Because I know what they're doing to my body, like my shoulders. I and any moment can just dislocate. I can feel it. I'm scared to just make some rough movement because I know something is just not functioning right in my joints. So I know I'm seeing my hand that is just like something's just not looking right. So I know they're doing things to it. My elbows, I know that they can just like they're just not look like my knees are extremely like sensitive, like very like delicate. So I know they're doing things. So when I felt this heel acting weird, feeling weird, I was like, are they doing something to my foot? And just I realized there was like a little bit of I put a phone under it. That's kind of perhaps made things unbalanced, but it's just the foam is just the weight should be able to compress that, but maybe that caused that thing. Like the first thing they immediately when I noticed that, like, you see, you always blame us who are breaking your knees down, your elbows, your shoulders, your hands, even my nose. The cartilage is soft, right? My nose is being deformed. I can feel like I can move a little bit and I can feel the softness. It's like, you see, you always blame us. You understand the level of idioticity? And it's like, you see, this pedophile thing is just not us. It's just you. You just stop lying to yourself and being as condescending and childlike in this way. Of course, I know you guys are doing this manipulation. I know that you guys are like manipulating my thoughts and my body, and everything is just breaking down. My organs, who knows what's going? Oh my gosh, my organs, I can. Who knows what's happening there? I don't, going to the doctors at this point is like, I know this bad things happening to my organs, and I know That's I'm experiencing a lot, but even my eye, I know that something is just eye socket, something is changed. So I know they're doing things to my bones and my skull structures and my like my whole like frame is being broken down. Even my ribs, I can feel like just, so I understand. But these people, as soon as like, oh, you see the heel, maybe it's the. I don't know if it's true that this extra foam made this unbalance make me feel this weird uncomfortable thing on my heel. I don't know if it's true, but that could be the cause of it. But they this now they're trying to be like, oh, you see, like we're this you. They do nose campaign, as if I can't see my hand, just like my wrist looking like, like I don't see my elbow being weird, like it's just deformed. Like I don't know how sensitive my knees are. Like I don't see myself in my nose how it is just like super soft, as in like cartilage is melting or something's breaking down. They have no shame. It's like no, we proved it. No, no, no. You guys do these things to me. You break down my body. So I expect when I feel something, it's like, oh, are they breaking more on my body? Because I know my knees and my body is breaking down because of what they're doing to me. And I can feel my bones. Even when I feel my bones, I can feel something soft about it, like some bumps. So I know they do this. So now they try to be like, oh no, we know we're not doing this thoughts manipulation. Yes, you are. This is the most obvious thing. Because those thoughts are things that you're experiencing like in real time. You experience why am I thinking like that? Why is things like forced to think like that since day one. I've been saying the same thing. They've been making me think of this the kid that they made me like perceive in this certain way. They make me think of her sexually. I was taking a shower. These people are the worst. They always try to connect kids to sexual things. I'm washing myself. Obviously, when I shower naked. Every time let's just wash myself and look down, they'll make me think of a child, and they will try to make noise campaign and try to make it. Oh my gosh, can you understand? And be like, and try to make you feel guilty for them forcing you to think this way. It's I've been validated beyond that degree that they manipulate your thoughts beyond, beyond. I've been like, I mean, I can go right now and make a whole 30-minute videos of just purely testimony. All my thoughts are going this way now. I'm thinking this way. I haven't been thinking for myself. My imaginations, my thoughts, my continuously implanted these disturbing thoughts. That's what they do. And for me, it's trying to disturb me every time. Even taking a shower is just like, oh, they're gonna do some things, and that's what they've been doing. And I've been saying that since day one, and they're very consistent with that. So of course I know this is the most sure and with absolutely zero doubt. This thing with the body, I'm now experiencing more than before. I don't know how early they started breaking my body down because I didn't. It didn't show up first for the first maybe the first year, 2 year, the first year and a half. I couldn't see the result of what they were doing to my body. Now I'm seeing it, right? And so now I'm just now seeing more and more of that, and now more aware that they're doing things to my body. But the things they were doing, my thoughts since day one, that was just like that was the things that was pushing me to, and that's why I was writing letters and saying, I can't, I can't think for myself. Like I'm not thinking the way I used to think. I'm being forced. Like I've said that since 2020, 2020, when I was sending these letters. Since 20 in these letters, I was saying, you know, since 2019, August 19, my thoughts haven't been the same, and it's been like this from then to today. I've been saying that now. It's more than just my thoughts, and it's been like this for a while now. I've been seeing those changes in my body. I cannot eat as I used to. I cannot digest as I used to. I am much more fragile than ever. I can feel my bones being weaker. I feel my everything. I feel like I can get dislocate a joint in a second. I'm very scared of like making rough movement because something can happen. So I see that. But these people are trying to make you be doubtful of things that are obvious, right? So I know they're breaking my body down. So when I feel something extra, like, okay, is that something they're doing? because this is already like sensitive, is already not feeling well, so I do adding to it. And so when is there's a possibility that something else might be causing this little this uncomfortable feeling, they're like, oh, you see, you thought it was us, when you look, when everything in your body is just breaking down magically, right? While your thoughts has been manipulated since day one. You've been saying that since day one, since 2019, and it's still happening today. So now today's not like, and then you've been validated that everybody's been doing this, that everybody have been experiencing this kind of thoughts by these low lives. So they're gonna do everything to gaslight you. They want you to be like doubtful of the most obviousness. They make you think in these disturbing pedophilia ways. They use these perps that are supposed to make you subscribe to it. They repeat things in order to dumb yourself down. They use these illogical ways to make you accept these things with no shame. And they're like, oh, we are at war. They are not at war. Their job is to brainwash you into accepting these things. So to all my target individuals, whatever they do, you will be forced to think in this idiotic way. So whatever torture, whatever things you're gonna go through, do not subscribe. They want to live in this fantasy. They have compromised many, even children. They keep saying that they're gonna frame me, they're gonna do this. I won't be surprised that some neighbor child here is gonna say something. Now, I'm sorry for this child, because that means that her life is gonna be properly reimbursed. You cannot do those kind of things in life and think life is not gonna come back to you properly. So when I hear this childlike individual saying things like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't know what's waiting for you. Because me, I'm a target individual. I know who put me in this program. I know now the circumstances I'm going to be, because I know who put me in this program. But you don't expect to see anything coming back from you. You think because everybody's doing this that you're normal, like you no. You sold your soul to entities that are so foul and disgusting, and life is going to hit you, and you have not, like, you're not somebody who's away from reality. And to the so I should feel sorry for the kid, even though I don't, and should detest the father or the mother who's pushing their daughters to do this thing, to say these things. But I wish they continue to do this. To be honest, I know it's mean spirited, but people who involve themselves in these things, I just wish them to continue this life of doing things, because they would tell me, "Oh, you can't even laugh." Tell me, like, because everything they do, they try to manipulate something else. I'm like, I'd rather be unable to laugh, being tortured in this way, than having to be able to do all you can do and do these nasty things. I pray that you continue to do this for the rest of your life. Now, I don't pray that you continue to hurt people, but I know the people are going to continuously be tortured by you guys. So I pray that you are still involved in there, because it's such a indignified way. I know it's fun for you, but it's so degrading, and you don't see it. But I'm glad that you don't see it. I'm glad that you don't feel guilty. I'm glad, because it means you're going to continue to live this humiliating life. So, to all my target individuals, first of all, do not subscribe to that. You see how idiotic it was? What I just said. I can see all my bunch of my body parts breaking down. I see my wrists, my elbows, my shoulder, my knees, my feet, my stomach is just my gastrus, my even my swallowing is just my nose being. And but as soon as, like, oh, she see, you thought anything they can to try to gaslight you. So stay strong and know that justice will be done. Do not subscribe to their nastiness, and know that you are dignified. This honor in this death. I'm telling you, you could be living like them. Easy life for them, right? Do horrible things, not being seen, remotely doing things, calling it war, but you're just like just hanging out and just watching somebody break down and say whatever you need to say. Open the door a little, crack it open a little bit, say something, whisper some things in it, and that's war. It's just trash. And of course, the foulest things are easy, like foul things like that. This try to make me think. Foul things like that, the foulest thing, the evil things in life are the easiest things to do. It's like it's almost biblical. Like when they say that, the devil is going to make it easy for you to do evil things. It almost sounds like that. Now, I'm not saying this is biblical, but it does feels like that because these people deluded themselves into everything. In my head, they try to be, oh, they know there is where we investigate. Obviously, they have to dumb themselves down to not know that I know that I'm being validated, that they not only torture women and children or use rape tactics to break them down, especially I'm talking about women, but they also do the pedophilia type of tormenting where they force people to think in these disturbing ways in the hope that they kill themselves. And then want you to be like, no, we just analyze. I know you see all your body's breaking down, but you see, you thought that the heal thing was not. So this pedophilia type of torture is no, we're not doing it. It's just like, of course, it's no shame. They do the pedophilia type of torture and they want you to accept this. They do the stimulations and they want you to accept this. They break your body in whole. Even my back is being like super sensitive. I know my neck. Oh, and they're like, oh no, it's you. There's no shame. Just a low life pedos that want you to accept these things. So be strong. Know that they're gonna do whatever they can to try to gaslight you into accepting this nastiness. So be strong and continuously do whatever you need to remind yourself of reality. These people are forcing you to think in this disturbing pedophilia ways. It's not you.